Good morning and welcome to Children's Worship. It's May, and so we have a new worship theme. Our theme this month is Nurturing Generations. So it's all about turning back to look at our previous generations that have come before us and have appreciation for that, and turning to the future with a sense of gratitude and paying things forward with reverence and awe. Right? So today that's what we're focusing on. So let's sing Gather Here and call into ourselves all of the ancestors we have, whether they are known or unknown, the people that have come before us, whether they are related by blood or related in spirit. Here we go. You ready, O?
Yeah.
Okay, gathered here. You gotta stand up and make sure that you're next to a partner or a family member so you can sing this song. Here we go. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, spirits draw near again. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, spirits draw near. A little quieter now. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, spirits draw near. Really loud, call it out. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, spirits draw near. Very nice. For our chalice lighting today, we have Josh, who's going to light the chalice from his home. Here he is. Double thumbs up for life. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather an online community to celebrate the glories and mysteries of this great gift. For our mindfulness practice today, we're going to be focusing on our hands. So you put your hands right out in front of you. I know a lot of you are using hand sanitizer and washing your hands really good because we need to be able to do that, right? To keep ourselves healthy and well, and that's great. But one aspect that it might be hard in is when we can't touch the people that we love, especially for you, maybe your grandparents or your aunties and uncles, or people who are in your family or your larger friends group of your family that you can't see and can't touch them. Here's a picture that I found that I thought really captured it well in terms of how kids and grandparents are trying to connect with each other across the generations. Yeah, so that can feel really hard, and people are doing the best they can. There's another way that you can stay in touch with your ancestors by looking at your hands and being really amazed about your hands. And so that's what I thought we'd do today. There's a meditation by a Buddhist teacher called Thich Nhat Hanh, and it is to just simply to look at your hands and to notice that your ancestors are always with you, and to see the shape of your hands and the color of your hands and just the solidness of your hands, and to be mindful that our hands are passed down to us like our whole bodies from our ancestors, and so our ancestors are always with us. We just need to pay mindful attention to our hands to know this for sure. Yeah. So a simple hand meditation that you can do is to breathe in and out as you go around your hand, and it's very easy to do. So breathing in, if you start down here at your pinky, Breathing in and breathing out. You think about all the ups and downs that your grandparents probably had and their grandparents, even if you didn't know them. Like I don't know all of my grandparents. Breathing in and breathing out. And their grandparents and on. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. All of our lives that are woven together, breathing in and breathing out. That's right. So the next time you wash your hands, and throughout the day, or if you're missing your grandparents or your ancestors or your relatives, you can simply look at your hands and know that your body is connected across time, even for people who are not close to you right now, maybe that you haven't even known, but that you are connected in the web of life. Our story today comes from the land of Uzbekistan, and it's about a farmer who has a treasure in his field. Once there was a farmer. He was an old man, and he worked his field very, very hard. And his son was a complete idler. He was lazy. He didn't do anything. In fact, the only thing he did do was dream about finding a treasure. He was obsessed with it. He read everything he could about treasure hunting, and he just spent his day lazing around while his old man worked in the field. He just dreamed about having a treasure because he thought, if I have a treasure, I won't have to work.
If I have a treasure, I won't have to work.
Yeah, that was his dream. Well, it came to pass that the old man got worried about his son. And his worry was that because his son wasn't hardworking or didn't do much of anything except dream about treasures, that he would just go on like that and not contribute at all to his community or to his family or anything. So the old man had a plan, and this is what it was. Son, he said one day, and the son just kind of was like, yeah.
Yeah?
I have something I wanted to tell you that's really important. You see that hill, he said? Do you see the big hill behind our field?
Yes, I see it.
Well, once there was an old man who lived there who was extremely rich. People from all over the world knew about the wealth he had. And the legend has it that he actually, before he died, he didn't want anyone else to have his money. And so he buried it in the ground. Yeah, he did. So there's a treasure up in that hill. Why don't you spend some time digging around and seeing if you can find it? Now, the son didn't really want to dig at all, but because it was about a treasure, he decided, okay, I'll give it a chance. Now, he put on his hat and he started digging up in that hill. He dug for 10 days straight, night and day. He dug with a shovel and he raked out weeds and he kept looking and looking for this treasure. And then finally, on the 11th day, he was exasperated. And he went to his father and he said, Dad, why did you betray me?
Why have you betrayed me?
There's no coins in that field.
There's no coins or treasure in the field.
And the dad just let him go on and on, ranting.
I can't believe this. I've worked for so many days straight. No treasure in sight. I might as well have been lazing around.
And then the old man got a smile on his face. I see that's what you think, but actually, now that you've dug up that field, why don't you go ahead and plant some cotton in it? I mean, you've got it all dug up. And it wouldn't take, only a little while to do that. It took a while to convince him, but the son agreed, and he took some cottonseed and he put it up in the field. And sure enough, in a short bit of time, that cotton came up, and after the cotton came up, day after day, the son actually found it was kind of cool, and he started tending to it. And before you knew it, he had this beautiful cotton crop that was worth a lot of money. So, as it turned out, he actually got quite rich from the work that he had put in the field. And besides that, he had grown in harmony with that land like he had never been before. And that is the end of the story. So I decided to ask Josh what he thought of the story, and this is what he said.
What I learned from the story is that hard work pays off and has great rewards.
Yeah, that's true. Hard work surely does pay off. Yeah, there's a lot of truths in this story, especially about nurturing generations and about our values. What do you think, O?
I think nurturing generations plays a really big part in this story, in that the father gave that wisdom he had to his son, even if it was in a roundabout way. He still gave his son the wisdom to work.
Exactly. So the dad decided that he would impart wisdom, even if it wasn't directly, but he was part of the web of life that helped his son to grow strong and to be able to support his own life, which is a gift. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, O, for that.
Yeah.
One truth that I found in the story kind of connects to both Olin's and Josh's truths that they found, which is that beyond the riches of the hard work in terms of the crop he was growing and this connection to his father's wisdom, the man himself grew in his own relationship to the earth and his own wellness, right? He saw himself not just like, I'm it and I'm going to get my money and I'm going to have my life and I'm going to be all cozy, and completely cut off from the interrelationship of relationships and people in his community and in his own land, right? So the digging in the soil and the gardening and the tilling of the land that he did connected him both to himself, right? Because we don't really thrive if we just stay in our heads all day, right? We know that from being here, being online a lot, right? It's not balanced. And so he was able to find that balance in working the land and finding motivation and purpose in his life and being connected to the rhythms of nature that his father and probably his parents on and on through time were. Yeah, and have an attachment to the place where he was. So all of that is good, and all of it reflects our principle of affirming and promoting the interdependent web of life that we are part of. Yeah. For a moment of inquiry today, I want to ask you a question about erasers, and that is, do you think that an eraser fully takes away that something happened? In other words, if I make a mark on a paper and I erase it, does that mean that it never happened? No, it just means you've made it look like it didn't happen, but actually in time it did happen. Yeah, and the reason why I want to tell you about this is because erasure, it's a different word. It's very similar to eraser, It means that somebody tries to erase something about you or your family or your history against your wishes, right? Somebody who's being very cruel and mean. And a lot of times this is a racist act where someone will try to erase something about somebody else because either they don't like it or they're trying to not give the person the dignity that they deserve, right? So this is happening right now, and we can do something about it. And I'm going to show you a clip from somebody who's asking for our help. Here she is, Jessie Little Doe Baird, and you have to listen very carefully because it's a little bit low, okay? She is from the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe.
My name is Jessie Little Doe Baird, and I am a daughter of Mashpee, the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. I'm also a mother of 5, grandmother of 8, and I am a leader of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. I'm the vice chairwoman in a long line of leaders that stretch back here in this land at least 12,000 years. Thank you for taking time out of your day this morning to listen to me, and my very best wishes and prayers for your family's health in this very difficult time for all of us. As we're trying to take care of each other, I'm reaching out and asking for your help today.
So she's asking for our help about something very, very cruel. And that is that the American government, the US government, has told her and her people that basically they're going to erase them, right? They're going to tell them, they've told them, that they're going to take away their right to govern themselves as a nation. They're going to not allow them to take care of their children in terms of teaching them their language. They're taking away their ancestral lands, which we know for Indigenous peoples is basically who they are. The connection is so deep to their land.
You that not only have my people been here for 12,000 years, these are the shores and the land that the pilgrims first set foot on. These are our traditional homelands. And this is the 400th anniversary of the landing of the Mayflower. We need help. Imagine if someone were to tell the United States tomorrow, you can stay where you are, but you will have no ability to govern your people, no ability to feed your people, house your people, educate your people, or police your people. We are taking away your rights to govern yourself as a nation. This is what my people are facing this morning. I'm calling on the Unitarian Universalists for their help.
So my hope is that as families, that we can come together, and the information is in your RE newsletters, that we can make phone calls between today, Sunday, and Thursday when there's going to be a motion on this, and talk to people in the government. So for our closing song, we're going to sing a Navajo prayer, and it has movement to it, but first let's learn the words, okay? It goes, now I walk in beauty, beauty is before me, beauty is behind me, above and below me. So it's really a song about connecting to the earth with gratitude and with awe, bringing with us all that is before us and all that is behind us, above us and below us, right? Being rich by that and rich by that. So it goes like this. Now I walk in beauty. Beauty is before me. Beauty is behind me, above and below me. So we do that with movement, and I've asked Ava to do it outside for us, and so you could do it with her. But before then, I'll show you how it goes. So you walk forward. Now I walk in beauty. Beauty is before me. Then you turn back. Beauty is behind me. Then you reach up to the sky. Above and below me. Great. Are you ready? Here, you can do it with Ava. Now I walk in beauty. Beauty is before me, beauty is behind me, above and below me. Now I walk in beauty. Beauty is before me, beauty is behind me, above and below me. Now I walk in beauty. Beauty is before me, beauty is behind me, above and below me. Bye for now.
Bye.
We'll see you next Sunday. Big love from church.